Hello and welcome to day 28. So this month flew by. I've been working more on the ranged combat system for our ranged enemies here, which are the red ones. And then we have our normal melee enemy, and then we have an enemy spawner still. So I'll show you kind of the difference between those three now. I've got the logic working again where they'll attack, and they should spawn with their weapons equipped if they have weapons. So the ranged enemy does. And this guy does here. He has something equipped somewhere in here. Anyway, without further ado, I'll just go ahead and show you that. So we see now he spawns with the sword. This one's unarmed. And then this one spawns with a staff. So I'm going to open what's called the debugger and the EQS system here, the environment query system, because I added an environment query for our ranged enemy here. So once they can see me, they should start acting. So they'll actually evade an attack is what this will be. So right now what they're doing is finding the longest point from us. So right there you can see kind of all these little nodes are what they're choosing from. And then they want something far away from me where they have line of sight to attack me. And I don't have their attack implemented yet. That's why he's just constantly running around. And I'll probably just have them stay and cast just because this would be highly irritating in EverQuest if they were constantly running away. But you can see if I move behind a wall, he'll get something in his query where he can get line of sight. So you can see he picked one there where he can shoot me. And then the melee enemy is, of course, attacking me as usual. So I added in some mouse scrolling into third person. So now we can zoom out. This is the maximum range of 1,000, and it does about 200 a click. And then this is the forward range. One thing that actually came from this is kind of a bug, but I might keep in the game, is I can actually look behind me while running, and I kind of like that. So let me know if you like that too, and I'll leave that in. I'm thinking about leaving it in though. The other thing I did is that I got all of the levels done. So I think we made it through, well, Mistmore really quick, I want to show you. I added some meshes to the tower and some rocks, and so I got a lot more comfortable with the material UV system to get these meshes to look a lot more uniform, because this actually has a lot of meshes that go vertical and are different sizes. So the base here is a different size than these, so I had to change the UVs for that. So I actually have 5 different materials for this. And then I made these vertical bricks too for these little thin, tall pieces. And then I added a skeleton head to this mesh instead of that big circle. So now it's actually a skeleton head. So if we were to play the map and come up here, it's about the right height for a pawn, medium-sized pawn like a human. So I got that done. And then I did unrest here, and I changed the lighting a little bit. I messed with this water system a lot. And you'll actually just run through this river. So a lot of rivers you'll just run through instead of swimming, just to make it easier for mob pathing, and I just don't want a lot of bugs. And that way you can hop in case any of these rocks kind of get your character stuck. You can jump over them, hopefully, and hopefully just characters don't get stuck as often. So I left this one where you can just run through it instead of swimming. We already did Felwith, we already did Gafay. I did Caladim, which was just kind of touching up, and then I did some test materials here on these buildings that I thought looked kind of cool. So they're all made out of kind of stone now. But I did the floor and the entryway. Caladim was pretty easy. Catch Keep's still the same because it doesn't use any of the environment. Lesser Fate Arc I updated, so it looks a lot better, I think. Added some variants to Lesser Fae. And then we have Ocean of Tears, which we've already done, and Steam Font. So I finished Steam Font. So this is kind of what the minnow caves look like. You'll kind of come into this area of granite here. And I think I'm debating whether I need to add something on top of this or like a background for these scenes, because in Mistmore you can actually get up on this balcony. So just let me know what you think. Does this completely ruin the immersion when this is your view? And if so, I could do a couple things. So I can make these either extremely tall so that you can't see over them, or I can do maybe a background landscape type thing, but it will affect the day and night cycle because the sun will have to get over the mountains. So if it's not annoying, let me know. If it is annoying, let me know. And I can kind of cater it based on that. But I think that's all I got done last night. I might have missed a few things, but basically it was all just drawing levels and working on that AI system, which is what I'll be working on before tomorrow too, most likely, is just trying to finish up that AI system for the ranged AI. Thank you.